So when asked to be in the Harmoni Pendant study, I was interested because I believe that looking at the heart rate variability is so key to looking and getting an inside look on what I just kind of term generically as resilience for my clients. So we want to look directly into that autonomic nervous system or the sympathetic parasympathetic system and see with heart rate variability, how well are they able to adapt to stress in life. What we were looking at is doing a heart rate variability scan and determining a baseline, and then we exposed them to a negative EMF field and then rescan the clients in what would actually be like a typical office environment, really, or a home environment if you're working at your home computer with these negative EMF fields, and see how did that affect their biology as compared to baseline. We charged the Harmoni Pendant and put the Harmoni Pendant on the client, and then just waited a few moments and then rescanned again in the same negative EMF environment as they were, so that we could see were there some inferred benefits from just simply wearing the Harmoni Pendant. And then I did my own scan and showed that it does, truly affect my heart rate variability.
And there's this little pendant, which I love. This is a EMF protecting pendant. And so I'm checking this out. And I have to say, I'm sleeping better since I've been wearing it. I'm not getting as much brain fog because I'm on my phone a lot. I am, we all are these days, especially as we're working from home.
I would say we had one really impressive benefit that happened to several of our participants, which was improved sleep. And it was dramatic. Others saying that they just felt a little bit less tired and a little bit more relaxed. And I do believe the mitochondria, where we produce energy, is potentially one of the main locations where the pendant may be working. Our mitochondria are sensitive to things like frequencies and light and thoughts. And the more on board and happier and healthier their mitochondria are, the better you're going to feel in all aspects of your life. So one had just had a baby, and she, wrote me back like freaking out because it was the first night both her and the baby slept through the night.
EMF stress is like static electricity. It's like trying to listen to something and pay attention when you have lots of static in the background, and it throws our bodies out of balance, and it operates at a faster frequency. And the really remarkable thing is the Harmoni Pendant helps your body just go back to its natural state, and not so that it's not sped up by those EMFs in the environment. And so I think that calming is just a huge benefit of the pendant, and just allowing the body to focus on what it needs to do without being distracted, and helping the body deal with that constant source of stress.
And so I started doing the studies, and we included the live blood along with doing heart rate variability. I think the thing that I really appreciated most was watching the changes in the live blood. Most of them were saying they felt calmer, they had more focus, they had more energy, they slept better. Yeah, one of the guys, he's wound tight as a clock, and he just mellowed as he was harmonizing. You could just see him relax. And he literally said that to me. He goes, I don't know what kind of juice you put in this thing, but this is the best I've felt in a long time.
We did the heart rate variabilities. I've got the HRV thing that we did before and after. And I'll tell you, it was pretty much across the board. I would say 85% to be conservative, maybe 90, but of the people, once you run a heart rate variability just to get the baseline, and then would introduce the stressor. And then afterwards, when we harmonized them just for 2 minutes, I did it for 2 minutes, everybody across the board, same kind of measurement, and about 85, maybe 90% of them went up. I would say the low end went up maybe 10 to 15%, but I saw some people who went up like 30 to even 40%, a couple of people. So it was pretty impressive.
Well, I'm a biochemist by training and a PhD in molecular and cellular physiology, so I've had a long-standing interest in how the body works. We are electric beings. The people who live in major cities underneath cell towers, they're constantly bombarded with not low-level EMF, but high level of EMF. Everybody's stressed, everybody's running at maximal speed. So there are a lot of things that we're subjected to that drain voltage, whether it's chemicals from the food we eat or EMFs from the environment, from all these towers and technologies. So I became interested in this little study because we were provided a means through changes in heart rate variability and a number of other outputs, really some interesting algorithms, that you could see what the kind of the total voltage or power of a human is based on any given situation. Well, I would notice that when I would harmonize them with the pendant immediately afterwards, you can actually see the frequencies start to move when you harmonize them with them, and then you place them. Sometimes it would take, a couple of minutes in some people, but during that time, they felt a calming. They could actually feel it. I think probably 80% of the people said that they slept better the night they're there, and they're still wearing the pendant today. And some of these I did a couple months ago.
The verbal feedback has been similar to what we're saying, in that they just feel more calm and kind of a stress level down. And it's really quite noticeable in this time. I mean, everybody's on a high stress. We have so much uncertainty happening in the world and so much chaos. And I think that just to give them a tool to help them into that. I have a really high level stress, in my job as well. And I am raising 4 children, and we have 2 additional businesses in addition to this clinic. So just a high level of always on the go feeling. And I know that brings me into my sympathetic more than I'd like to. So I really felt that it had a calming effect on me and just more level-headed, to be able to get through my day easier.
I have one patient who is a truck driver and has noticed from wearing the pendant that, he said he typically felt agitated or angry, and he feels remarkably calmer and more relaxed since he's been wearing the pendant. And to me, it's almost as like a personality change. It's that dramatic. It's just remarkable.
I want something that's quantifiable, that's objective, that I can feel good about explaining a mechanism of action. My reputation's at stake and their health is at stake. Sometimes it's these small things that may seem really trivial that have the greatest effect on their health.
Hi, I'm Wendy Myers, and I have a confession to make. I used to be totally paranoid about EMFs, or electromagnetic fields, but I think I was right to be a bit freaked out. Just think about it. There are now 257 million smartphones in the US alone. Worldwide, the number will soon be 3.8 billion in 2021. Wi-Fi is installed in every business, home, and city. And if you live in a major urban area, anytime you click on your Wi-Fi icon, you probably see 15 to 30 or more networks in range. There's literally billions of new smartphone devices being connected each year, and don't expect EMF and wireless radiation regulations to change anytime soon. The EMF safety guidelines haven't been updated since 1986, when there was only a tiny fraction of the EMF that we're exposed to today. And given how slow government agencies are to regulate anything, they still consider mercury fillings to be okay, plus the fact that the wireless industry is a multi-trillion-dollar global industry with huge profits and lobbying power, we're pretty much on our own to figure this out and protect ourselves. That's why I made this video for you today. Because as I started to get rightly paranoid about EMF, as I learned more, I began purchasing every product on the market. Anything from EMF protection bedding that had copper and silver in it, to cell phone protection stickers, and the pad that you put under your computer to absorb EMF, plugs in all my home to prevent the dirty electricity leaking from wall sockets, and all kinds of little devices that I thought would help protect me and my family from the harmful effects that we know are caused by EMFs in the research. As you'll learn on the page below, EMFs cause a whole host of issues in the body because they disrupt the voltage or energy levels of your cells. What's scary about this research by Dr. Martin Pall is that studies on the voltage gateway calcium channels, or VGCCs, of our cells show we're up to millions of times more sensitive to EMFs than their safety measurements are based on. I worked with clients for whom EMFs caused metabolic issues, problems losing weight. Ultimately, they are becoming a huge new stressor on the body that already lives in a stressful environment. So we know that EMFs are bad for you, and we know that there's now so much more of them. I mean, there's 400 cell phone towers within a 5-mile radius of my phone. And then add to that dirty electricity in the walls of your home that you're exposed to on a daily basis. And there's so many different exposures in our environment acting on our bodies. So what's the solution? Well, my go-to tool for protection is something called the Harmoni Pendant. The new Harmoni Pendant is now available in 2 sizes, one for men and a smaller one for women. And it's shown to lower metered levels of EMF passing through the human body and to improve HRV, or heart rate variability, which is a scientifically respected way of telling how stressed your body and nervous system is. The new Harmoni Pendant, which you can see here, delivers actual, real, measurable results that you can feel working. More is explained below on how the pendant works, but the Cliff Notes version is that when you're wearing the pendant, your nervous system shifts into parasympathetic mode. That's where you're resting and relaxing and digesting and detoxing, which provides greater levels of both coherence, something that can be measured in brainwave EEG tests, and stress resilience as measured by HRV. And EMFs, which would normally disrupt a weak, less optimized nervous system and body, just passes right through. We're all exposed to electromagnetic radiation, but for those whose cellular voltage, body field, and nervous system is compromised, EMFs will measurably enter the body and do more damage. While those who have the Harmoni Pendant on, whose voltage, body field, and nervous system are optimized and coherent, will not be as vulnerable. The EMFs do not show up in the same way or cause the same damage. One of the engineers that we worked with, James Gorn, who's an electrical engineer, actually tested this. He took people without the Harmoni Pendant on and had them hold their phone and tested the EMF levels in the other hand to see how much EMF was passing through their body. It was a considerable amount in those without the pendant, and then we took those with the pendant on and did the same test. Amazingly, almost no EMF made it into the other hand, showing that the body was no longer as vulnerable to radiation passing through it. So for me, I felt so many benefits when I started wearing it about 2 years ago. I had a dramatic impact on my mood and how good I felt when I woke up in the morning. I had deeper sleep. I had more energy levels. I just kind of felt more calm throughout the day, and my energy levels were a lot more steady. And I also had less brain fogginess. I was able to concentrate better. I just felt like this light bulb had been turned on, is the best way to describe it. And I just don't worry about EMFs anymore because I feel like I don't have to. I have peace of mind that I have a device that works, that we know works, that goes with me everywhere I go to protect me, and that is proven by measuring EMF levels going through your body. And I know that it works and that it'll work for you also to help protect you from EMFs. The timing for this couldn't be better because the cellular frequencies that are coming are really frightening for anyone who understands the harm caused by EMFs and 5G. That's why I wanted to provide a comprehensive EMF solution to my readers and followers so that they can avoid this altogether and enjoy the same peace of mind that I do by wearing a Harmoni Pendant. Just like the athletes to executives to moms to pets to children that we work with who are wearing their Harmoni Pendant. Speaking of children, remember they're much more sensitive to EMF and their brains are still developing. So you want to protect them at all costs. This is one of the reasons why we wanted to get this new Harmoni Pendant out before the holidays, because it makes the perfect gift for anyone you love and care about, so they're less stressed and more protected from EMFs. And I've seen some pretty miraculous stories from the Harmoni Pendant that have me convinced that this can help anyone. This includes an individual that had EMF sensitivity so bad that he couldn't even get on an airplane. The increased radiation was just too much for his system. But with the Harmoni on, he traveled fine with no reactions whatsoever. If it's worked for me and the thousands of other people wearing the Harmoni Pendant, I'm confident that it's going to work for you too. I invite you to try out the pendant. Use the discount buttons on the page below. You can save significantly by getting multiple pendants for loved ones. And we did this intentionally because, as I mentioned, children are more EMF sensitive than adults. So I urge people to get one for their children. I have my daughter Winter wearing one, and I'm always bugging her about wearing it. So if there's days where she won't wear it around her neck, I'll just put it in her pocket or I'll put it under her pillow at night. And I do that with Winter, when she's sleeping, because that gives me peace of mind that her little sensitive body is protected while she's sleeping. Everything that you want to know about my perspective on EMF radiation and how this pendant helps to protect you is on this page below. But I can't tell you what a relief it is to not have to worry and stress anymore about EMF solutions or how to protect my body. Because again, I tried everything out there. I tried the little cell phone EMF stickers, the radiation pads to protect you from your personal computer. I did all kinds of things like turning off my wireless router at night and putting my phone in airplane mode and on and on. But the problem is that doesn't protect you from all of your neighbors' wireless routers and Wi-Fi signals as well. But that doesn't protect you from the EMFs that we're encountering every day when we leave our home. You need a solution like the Harmoni Pendant that's protecting your body directly, that's like a little personal shield around your body, protecting you no matter what you're exposed to, that you're getting in and outside of your home. Other devices only protect from EMF from that single device, like a sticker on the cell phone, or only when you're near them. But you need protection everywhere that you go 24/7. We live in crazy exciting times. Technology has vastly improved everyone's lives. But with the Harmoni Pendant, we don't have to fear technology or EMFs in the same way. We can live in the modern world and know that our bodies are being protected. That makes me happy and so thrilled to introduce you to this new Harmoni Pendant with a totally new design and size options available, so that you can get the best one for you, for your family, and your loved ones. I look forward to hearing about your experience from wearing your Harmoni Pendant. Don't get Wi-Fi'd, get a Harmoni Pendant.